So I soon found myself.
Dropped out of school at 16?
Yeah, and I started making jam. I loved making jam, and everybody around me thought it would be pretty crazy, and they didn't really expect you could make a career out of it. But it was what I loved, and thankfully my parents saw that it was what I was passionate about, and they let me give it a shot. So I soon found myself kind of cooking jam all day, every day in my parents' tiny little kitchen, and I was cooking up to 1,000 jars of jam a week and selling them at farmers markets and to little shops and all over Scotland. Soon got to the point I was making about 1,000 jars, and obviously my parents soon couldn't get into the kitchen to cook the dinner anymore, and I realised that if I wanted to grow this business any further I would have to figure out how to move production into a factory. And so I did a lot of research, and I found out that sales of jam have been in decline for the past few decades, and that's mostly because jam's very unhealthy. It's usually 70, even 80% sugar, and it's got quite an old-fashioned sort of image. When people think of jam, they think of old women and church fairs and afternoon tea, and I guess I thought that I could try and change all of that by coming up with a healthier and more modern brand of jam. So hundreds of batches and dozens of recipes later in my parents' little kitchen, I came up with a way of making jam entirely from fruit and fruit juice without adding anything artificial.